All right, lights, camera, billions. Welcome to this explainer where we're breaking down the absolute cinematic holy trinity of box office dominance. We're going to dig into the exact numbers and, more importantly, the hype to see what really makes a blockbuster tick. Because, hey, suspense might be free, but making it onto this incredibly exclusive financial list? Yeah, definitely not. So what does it actually take to pull in $2 billion? We're not just talking about a solid opening weekend here, guys. We're talking about global, record-shattering cultural phenomenons. Let's dive in and look at the three films that managed to climb higher than literally any others in the history of cinema. Coming in at number 3, we have Avatar: The Way of Water, directed by the legendary James Cameron in 2022. Now, the sheer scale of this return is just staggering. This epic journey back to Pandora didn't just do well, it raked in a massive $2.32 billion worldwide. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. That is an astronomical figure for a sequel that, honestly, a lot of people wondered if anyone even wanted anymore. But hey, clearly they did. So why did it make this kind of crazy money? Well, first off, the insane underwater CGI was so stunning it basically made your local swimming pool look like a plastic bucket. Second, you had a whole decade of built-up anticipation. But the real masterstroke here, eventizing the film through premium formats. This wasn't just a movie night out, it was positioned as an absolute must-see IMAX and 3D event, which basically put your eyes into overtime and significantly bumped up those ticket prices. And the honest truth is, you didn't just passively watch this oceanic adventure, you literally hydrated through it. It was this completely immersive aquatic experience that just entirely swept the global box office. Moving right along to number 2, we've got Avengers: Endgame, directed by the Russo brothers back in 2019. You know, when a decade of really careful storytelling culminates in this massive, epic, all right, everybody, fight moment, the world responds. And oh man, did they respond, to the tune of $2.79 billion globally. This was a cultural event, unlike almost anything we'd ever seen before. This movie just exploded by masterfully leveraging that massive global Marvel fanbase to deliver a deeply emotional goodbye to true cinematic icons like Iron Man and Captain America. But the actual secret weapon? The psychological power of FOMO, the fear of missing out. Fans were flocking to theaters multiple times, dodging internet spoilers like the plague, desperate for narrative closure. Or, let's be real, just going back for a really good cry. It really begs the only valid question about Endgame. If you didn't shout, clap, or tear up in the theater during this movie, are you even human? Seriously, it was completely engineered to be an emotional roller coaster, and it paid off by the billions. And taking the number 1 spot, the original Avatar, directed by James Cameron in 2009. James Cameron secured the top spot with a staggering $2.92 billion. Guys, that is nearly $3 billion for a story where a human basically becomes a tall, incredibly athletic blue alien. It's a number that almost defies comprehension. It claimed that top spot by completely changing the landscape of cinema forever with genuinely revolutionary CGI. Throw in the sheer novelty of that 2009 3D experience that had all of us happily rocking those funny plastic glasses, and then top it all off with relentless theater re-releases that proved they were just never really finished collecting our money. Culturally speaking, this movie made absolutely everyone fiercely want to protect trees. Well, at least for a solid 2 weeks anyway. The environmental message was definitely strong, but those box office legs, way stronger. All right, bringing us to the final take. Let's look at the $2 billion formula. When you actually stack these up visually, $2.32 billion for Way of Water, $2.79 for Endgame, and $2.92 for the original Avatar, a very clear and highly lucrative pattern starts to emerge for anyone paying attention. The secret formula to a cinematic wealth-generating machine is remarkably simple. If your movie doesn't involve tall blue aliens or powerful superheroes saving the universe, well, good luck hitting that $2 billion mark. I mean, that is the proven Hollywood cheat code right there. Which brings us to free content, billions in vibes. Let's talk about subscribing to the channel. Because here's the thing, while those 3 blockbuster movies cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make and charge you a massive premium just for a single theater ticket, my content on this YouTube channel flips that script entirely. I am right here providing you with high-energy, deeply researched explainers entirely for free.
So if you learned something new today about how Hollywood actually makes its money, or honestly, if you just came for the awesome vibes, I need you to furiously hit that like button and comment your thoughts down below.
Unlike Hollywood's biggest blockbusters that take your hard-earned cash, tuning in right here costs you absolutely nothing, but it guarantees you endless free content that is absolutely worth billions in pure vibes. To wrap up our explainer today, drop into the comments and let me know, out of these three juggernauts, Avatar, Avengers Endgame, or Avatar: The Way of Water, which one is actually the best movie? But listen, most importantly, if you want to keep learning and keep these great vibes going, you need to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel right now. Seriously, it is the absolute best way to support the show, and I cannot wait to see you in the next explainer.